Hmm? Nothing. Was just thinking about a lot of things, really. Too many things. Why? Ha ha. What do you mean that's not like me? I ponder. I muse. I think. Like how I think you're shrill. I think you're nosy. And I think you're quite possibly the most annoying royal that's ever blighted the islands of Ascendios. I think a lot. Mostly about you. What's your excuse then, You're the one who loves the sound of your own voice. What work have you been scribbling away at that takes up so much focus that you can't talk? A luncheon seating chart? That's oddly diplomatic of you. You're really taking this whole reformed evil twin thing to heart, aren't you? Yes, yes. Do you even need to ask? Of course I'll help. Let me see. Yes. It's almost perfect. I just need to... There. Half the guests are uninvited. It's perfect now. All in good fun, Your Highness. I was just joking. I used disappearing ink, see? None of your painstakingly planned out seating arrangements have been altered. Though I can't imagine why you'd want to invite so many petty, simpering peacocks. If it were my decision, I'd place them all somewhere near the privies, or the dungeons, or the battle coliseum. Wouldn't that be fun? Then I suppose in lieu of overruling my spectacularly entertaining ideas, your current seating chart is as perfect as it could be. Oh, wait. I can't believe the oversight. Who else is going to eat my tomatoes? And who else am I going to give my strawberries to? We're seated next to each other. Now it's perfect. Perfect, if a tad uncomfortable. No, I like Othera, Polymere, Gwen, Ixus, and Elebrin. Those warring western provinces always inject a bit of hot-headed amusement. I suppose that's why we're sitting with them, correct? To rectify their bickering? I didn't mind them at our table, it's just... Have you spoken to Majesty in that knight of yours recently? Right. Of course, he's no longer that knight of yours, is he? They've been more public with their relationship as of late. I actually ran into them on my way to your study right before this. What? No. Of course not. I am the Lord of Demons. I have far more important things to think about. Earlier, my mind wasn't occupied by them. Exactly. At least, not solely them. It doesn't matter. You're in the middle of something. I don't want to keep you from your work. Really? Are you sure? I'm almost certain nothing of value will come from talking about it. I'll likely just be rambling on and on. With how eager you are, I'm now convinced you're just trying to procrastinate rather than help me. But I was making my way here, and as I was rounding the corner to the central atrium, I ran into Majesty and that captain of the guard knight, and a few of Majesty's attendants. Majesty and that knight were holding hands. I'll admit, it stung slightly, and I was surprised for more than one reason. We exchanged a few pleasantries. I was asked how my position as your guard was going. I was completely honest and told them that it was going horribly. And then we went our separate ways. It was as simple as that. But I left the encounter feeling strange. Feeling many feelings. And then I found myself here, still feeling strange. I know, I didn't explain that correctly. It's just, I felt bad, but also good, but also sad and a little wistful, with an undercurrent of something, and also sore. I know that one for certain. I felt sore, but sore in the feelings. Does that make any sense? I swear, life was so much easier when I didn't have to deal with so many emotions. How gracious of you, Your Highness. Pulling insights from that incomprehensible jumble of absolute nothing I just spouted. Assuring me that I'm not just crazy. I just can't make any sense of it. Will that really work? I feel like breaking it down and following my train of thought might lead to the same problem of a lot of rambling that makes absolutely no sense. Okay then. Well, the first thing that jumped out to me was the hand-holding. And before you say anything or give me that look, I know. I know that door is closed. I made peace with it. I stitched that wound long ago. Apparently it still aches. Maybe that's where the soreness is coming from. My eyes just keep going back to those hands. And it wasn't even necessarily the fact that I wanted to be the one holding Majesty. It was just... there was a time when that was me. Pulling Majesty through battlefields. Anchoring Majesty in the throes of fever at the sickbed of the infirmary. Guiding Majesty through enchanted forests filled with fireflies. I remembered all of that and thought to myself, well, of course Majesty wouldn't want to hold my hands. They're so scarred. Look at how gentle the knights are. A strange thought to have, right? There was a time when I thought it would be me by Majesty's side. Always. I envisioned it. I dreamt of it. I planned the rest of my existence in pursuit of it. Then one day, it ended. I wasn't ready. And yet I knew for certain that all the wishes I could ever make toward that endeavor would never be granted. But then, where are those dreams supposed to go? Ugh. Look at me. Talking about dreams and wishes. Talking about feelings. It definitely did not used to be this way. I'd always been, well, a demon. But somewhere along the line... Another thought I had? Majesty's attendants were all smiling at me. People don't smile at me. They shiver, they cower, they curse. They send prayers to their gods and look at me in disgust. But these ones were smiling at me, and I found I was smiling back. Genuinely. I even knew all their names. Glorabel, the one whose arm I mended during Aerosong. Cassia, the one whose wedding I played the lute at. Giovanni, the one who I taught how to wield a bow. I knew all of them. Majesty took these hands and made them heal. Made them to create, made them to nurture and teach. And yet no matter how smooth the calluses had worn, no matter how tender they'd grown, it wasn't enough. It never was. Now, all I'm left are with soft hands and nothing to hold. That was... Well, if that wasn't nonsense, I'm not sure what is. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's fine. You don't have to strain yourself attempting to understand what I'm trying to describe. I don't think it's even possible with how horribly I explained it all. Would you look at that? Your hands are pretty soft and scarred as well. I could see myself holding them for a little while longer. Oh no, I assure you, I harbor no more feelings towards Majesty, romantic, hostile, or otherwise. I suppose there had always been an element of veneration in my relationship with Majesty. I am sure you understand. The awaited savior of the promised son, the fated first of the freed, is Sendios' hero. Majesty always had a sort of mythic quality. Who else could take a demon and make them less of a demon? In hindsight, I see how it never could have worked. I became better, but far too slowly and far too late. And the circumstances of our closeness would forever be rooted in something unfair. Our contract. More of an obligation than a choice. I always felt I had something to prove, to show I was worthy of such a person. Grand tributes and empty performances, petty competition with that night. That's all it really was. Nothing real could grow from that. And it wasn't fair for either of us. Veneration isn't love. What had been weighing on my mind, I think I just discovered the echoes where Majesty used to be. Empty now. Aching. Sore. Missing. But not fatal. No. I'm certain I can find other ways to fill that hollow. Of my own volition. On my own terms. This was helpful, Your Highness. I feel much better. No, stay. You don't have to let go. Not quite yet.